The first time the poor single father stepped inside the billionaire's mansion, his knees almost gave way, not because of the marble floors or the golden chandeliers, but because on the tallest wall of the grand hall hung a photograph he knew better than his own reflection, his wife, smiling softly, the same smile she wore the last morning she kissed him goodbye. His heart thundered in his chest as one impossible thought echoed again and again in his mind: why is my wife's photo in this mansion? Before the story pulls you deeper into this emotional journey, take a moment to like this video, comment, share it with someone who believes in kindness and second chances, and subscribe to channel name, because stories like this remind us that humanity still matters. The man's name was Ion, a once hopeful husband now worn thin by years of struggle. Life had not been gentle with him. After his wife, Sarah, vanished from his life under circumstances too painful and confusing to explain, Ion was left alone with their young daughter, burdened by grief and responsibility in equal measure. He worked odd jobs, slept little, and learned how to stretch a single meal into two. Every day was a test of endurance, and every night ended with him staring at the ceiling, wondering how love could disappear so completely yet leave such a heavy shadow behind. Sarah had been the light of their home. She believed in small joys, in hope even when money was scarce. When she disappeared years ago, there were rumors, unanswered questions, and silence. No body, no closure, just absence. The world moved on, but Ion never truly did. He carried her memory in his chest, especially on nights when his daughter asked why her mother never came back. He had no answers, only stories and photographs. One desperate afternoon, when medical bills for his daughter piled higher than his dignity could tolerate, Ion made a choice he never imagined making. He sought help from a powerful billionaire known for his influence and wealth, a man whose name was spoken with awe and fear in equal measure. Ion expected rejection, maybe security guards escorting him out, but instead, he was invited in, guided through towering gates into a world that felt unreal. As he walked through the mansion's endless corridors, memories of his simple home clashed painfully with the luxury around him. But nothing prepared him for that photograph. It was large, framed in gold, placed where anyone entering the hall would see it. His wife's face looked younger, radiant, alive. This was not a random resemblance. It was Sarah, unmistakably her. Shock froze him in place. Years of buried grief erupted all at once. How could the woman who vanished from his life be immortalized in a billionaire's mansion? His mind raced through impossible explanations, each more terrifying than the last. Had she been living a double life? Had she abandoned them willingly? Or was there a truth darker than he could bear? As the billionaire finally appeared, calm and commanding, Ion felt small, but his pain gave him courage. With a trembling heart and eyes burning with questions, he asked the one thing that had shattered his world: why was his wife's photo hanging there? The silence that followed felt heavier than any answer. The billionaire did not respond with anger or mockery. Instead, his expression shifted, as though a door long sealed had been forced open. The air in the room changed. He asked Ion to sit, and in that moment, the power difference between them faded, replaced by something raw and human. What followed was a truth more unbelievable than any lie Ion had imagined. Years ago, Sarah had saved the billionaire's life. She had been a nurse volunteering during a crisis, risking everything for strangers who had nothing to offer her in return. When danger struck, she shielded him, ensuring his survival, but paying the ultimate price herself. Her disappearance was not abandonment, it was sacrifice. The billionaire had searched for her family for years, but records were lost, names misspelled, trails gone cold. All he had left was gratitude and guilt. The photograph was not decoration, it was remembrance. Sarah was the reason he lived, the reason his empire even existed. Every success he achieved was haunted by the woman who gave her life so he could have another chance. Ion's world collapsed and rebuilt itself in the same moment. The pain of loss returned sharper than ever, but it was joined by pride he had never known. His wife had not vanished into nothingness, she had become something greater than he ever imagined. Tears streamed down his face as he realized the story he would finally be able to tell his daughter was not one of disappearance, but of courage. The billionaire, his voice heavy with emotion, admitted that wealth meant little compared to the debt he owed. He did not see charity as repayment, but responsibility. From that day on, Ayan's life changed, not overnight in fairy tale fashion, but with steady, sincere support. His daughter received the medical care she needed. Ayan was given education, opportunity, and most importantly, respect. He was not treated as a beggar, but as the husband of a hero. Yet the greatest change was internal. Ayan no longer walked through life bowed by unanswered questions. He carried grief, yes, but also meaning. He spoke to his daughter about her mother not with sadness alone, but with honor. Sarah became more than a memory, she became a legacy. Years later, when Ayan stood on his own feet again, he returned to the mansion, not to ask for help, but to say thank you. The photograph still hung in the same place, unchanged. This time, he did not see it with shock, but with quiet strength. He understood that some people leave the world early, not because they are weak, but because they are strong enough to give everything. If this story is touching your heart, please take a moment now to like the video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to channel name. Your support helps keep stories like this alive. As the story comes to a close, remember this: kindness never truly disappears. It travels through time, through pain, through loss, and returns in ways we never expect. Before the video ends, please comment below and tell us what part of this story moved you the most. And if this journey stirred something deep inside you, don't just watch in silence, engage, share, and let the world know that compassion still matters.